seems like we know what's inevitable. We know what's going to happen. Obviously, trying to figure out when makes it impossible. But we can see that we're on an unsustainable path. I mean, just look at the central bankers, right? They have really two tools at their disposal: interest rates and debt. And we're kind of out of interest rates, and we have so much debt. How much more can we take? Like they're almost running out of tools, it seems like. And we hear talk of, the great reset, whatever that's going to mean. We can see that they're trying to actively change the financial system, right? Whether they're trying to change from the LIBOR to the software indexes, they're trying to change the currencies, trying to get current, like central bank digital currency set up to like make this transition. So it's almost like they're almost like just trying to keep it going until they're ready to make the switch. And then it might come fast and swift. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, so they're going to try anything and everything to keep things quote unquote normalized, to keep the semblance of stability in place.
But until they're ready to make a switch, or they're going to try to keep it normalized forever.
And I think that's why the market, they're not going to be able to do this forever.
Well, not that they're going to be able to, but you think they're going to continue to try, or they're trying to keep it going until they're ready to make a switch?
I think they're going to continue to try. And I think the reason you're not seeing people that are buying fixed income corporate, I mean, they're stepping in and buying that market. They're being incentivized. People that are owners of this stuff are being incentivized to get more, because the governments around the world have demonstrated that if people start selling off or get spooked, they'll step in and provide a backstop and limit the amount of selling that can take place. So as a person that would own something like that, you get comfortable when thinking, hey, the government's got my back. There's no other currency in the world to run to, is the mindset today.
Mm-hmm.
So why wouldn't I keep participating in this charade? And where I think it all kind of comes unglued is no one sees that other alternative today. Most market participants don't see an alternative to the currencies that exist. So they're saying, well, if things get really bad, they're just going to reset. Everyone will go back on a gold standard, and they'll have central bank digital currencies. The problem with that narrative is that at the root of the issue we've got is fiscal spending.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you look at the direction, of where that's going, it's not just going higher, it's rapidly accelerating in a direction where people are voting for even further and further fiscal spending because they want it into their pocket. They want their money now. And as long as you have that habit, that cognitive, collective, global habit of people saying the government owes me a check.
Right.
As long as that's in place, I don't care what you peg it with, the currency that they create. I don't care what you peg it to. You're going to have to come off that peg.
Mm-hmm.
Almost immediately.
Yep.
So when you look at Bretton Woods to 1971, they went, 3 decades of it remaining pegged. The debasement was slow enough that it lasted 3 decades. If they did it today, it might not even last a year before everyone's saying, there's no way they can make good on this.
Yep.
There's just no way.
So, I mean, that definitely sets the stage. And so it's a good transition. So as you just said, right, like most market participants don't see the option to get out of that. And obviously that's what brought us here together to talk about this. And so the option that we see is Bitcoin. And so I know, depending on, whoever's listening to this, there's different levels of people, but I recently heard you talking about something that's really been happening and how right now 2020 2021 is a lot different than back in like 2017. And you were talking about like the level of entrenchment that's coming into Bitcoin. I think that's the word that you used. So it's like not everybody knows about this, but it seems like it's catching on pretty big. And at this point, we're even seeing some of the big financial players, even some of the government people starting to get involved. So do you think they're starting to like see the need enough where they're starting to explore that more?
Yeah, I think they're seeing the need. And I think they're also seeing the opportunity cost of not playing the game.
Mm-hmm.